Guys, I'm telling you, don't see Doctor Strange on any sort of drug. You will freak out. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Zach, and I'm finally back from seeing one of my most anticipated movies of this year, but also the last Marvel and superhero movie for 2016. I finally saw Doctor Strange, and I'm finally glad to bring my review to my reviewers and to everyone else who watches this. So let's talk about it. How did Doctor Strange go? I'm going to say this. A lot of questions are, is it better than Civil War? Is it better than this Marvel movie? Is it better than this and then better than that? I'm going to say this straight up. I loved Doctor Strange, every single bit about it. Yes, I have my cons, but I'll get to that in 1 second. Let me start with all the performances first and the story. So, for the people who don't know, Doctor Strange is pretty much about Stephen Strange, a doctor who injures his hands in a car crash, and he becomes unstable, being even able to be a surgeon again. So, he decides to find other practices to fix his hands, and hence travels him to the Ancient One and Mordu, who bring him this new and shows him a different reality of getting to fix and how to defend things, and brings him this magical realm of the world of Marvel. Now, yes, that sounds very weird for people who have never watched a Doctor Strange or even heard about Doctor Strange or even read a comic of Doctor Strange, but I used to read the comics of Doctor Strange, so seeing this movie, I was very pumped. I've always really enjoyed Doctor Strange as a hero, and everything else is in that matter, but I'm not the hugest fan of him. I get most of what is around the world, but seeing this movie, that was my one worry, is how's it going to work? And I saw it with two of my friends, so I was really hoping that they would get to understand it. Yes, there was a couple questions they arise throughout it, but by the end of the movie, they did understand it. So anyone worried about being confused, don't worry at all. And also, no spoilers whatsoever. So, how did the performances go? Gotta say this, Benedict Cumberbatch, fantastic as Doctor Strange. One of the best performances that I've ever seen the guy give. Marvel always picks these characters perfectly and does a great job. Rachel McAdams as Christine Palmer, his love interest in a way, fantastic as well. Rachel McAdams always does a great job. She has a minor role, but it's something that's stable there that you can see coming to fruition. Then you also have Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, which I love Tilda Swinton. She's a great actress. But I was a little worried. I was like, how's she going to go? There's a lot of controversy around her character not being an Asian descent of how the comic book character is. But they got Tilda Swinton, a great actor, and how does she do? She did a fantastic job, I gotta say. She was one of my favorite parts, and anytime she had her action scenes or anytime she had her moments, stole the scenes completely right out of Benedict Cumberbatch. And that doesn't shy anything away from Benedict. He did a great job as well. And then he has his great moments. Yeah, you don't see his accent. You just see him as Doctor Strange. Now, how does Chiwetel Ejiofor do as Baron Mordo? Now, at first, I didn't really like his character, to be honest. I'm never a big fan of Baron, so it was kind of something like that. But as the movie grew on, I did like where Baron was, and I just didn't think the script gave him enough. But there was enough there for me to understand. And then you also have the character Wong, which small character, small side character, kind of like Baron, but you can tell there's a great dynamic between him and Strange that's going to be fruition throughout all the new upcoming Marvel movies for another Doctor Strange, or wherever we do see Doctor Strange show up next. And like I said, Baron, Chiwetel Ejiofor does a great job as the character, but I just think there wasn't enough of him there. I think there could be more, but I guess we'll have to see. But this is Doctor Strange's adventure. I mean, this is his adventure being trained by the Ancient One. So I'm not expecting these other characters to be such big characters in this, but they all did a great, fantastic job, and I really am proud of Marvel for doing that. Now, the direction. Scott Derrickson, great director. I've loved Sinister, except for some of the pacing issues. And then you also have that one other demon one he did with Eric Bana, which was fine. Didn't think it was the best movie in the world. But I love Scott Derrickson as director, and when I heard he got this, it was bringing those... I mean, Doctor Strange has some horror elements to it, and it was cool to see him bring those into fruition for this story, because I really love Doctor Strange in the horror elements he have, and there wasn't as many horror elements as I was hoping for, but I gotta say, Scott Derrickson, he did a great job directing this. There were some pacing issues right in the beginning where it didn't hook me like I wanted to, but I had to put in my mind, this is an origin story, this isn't Civil War, this is a new character. I have to understand that they have to explain stuff and get us to know the character, which was fine. I understand that, and I completely was happy with how they structured him and the story, and Scott Derrickson did a great job with that. The script was well written too. There was some comedic bits that I know they got Dan Harmon to touch up with the script. I don't know if the comedic bits were his or what was in the script originally, but there are some comedy bits in here where they fall and I didn't laugh. It was just kind of a cringe. But I will say that the ones that do work really work, and they're funny, and they're a chuckle, and they're a great time. This is a dark movie. It's the darkest Marvel movie I've probably seen throughout all these ones. And I mean, some Marvel movies do have dark themes. I mean, you see Civil War does as well. But this one has a lot of dark moments, and it would have been really cool because you can see Scott Derrickson. Obviously, he's fitting into that PG-13 realm, but there are some R-rated things that I think if they went that extra bound, it would have done. But this is Marvel, this is Disney. I'm not expecting that, but it was just something cool how they kind of pushed the boundaries to some things with some of the action, some of the blood, and I do now. Talking about the action scenes, wow, oh my god, some of the best action I've ever seen in any Marvel movie or any superhero movie. They were so different, so unique, and that's the best thing about this movie. It's unique, it's different, and it's creative as hell. And it's just like ripped right out of the comic books. The astral plane, and I'm saying this, but you guys don't understand. The astral plane is phenomenal. The scenes that they have with that is just so unique. It's very confusing at first, but when you get that kind of the understanding of it, it makes it even better as hell. And then you also have these other fight scenes where all the realms are different. It's kind of just Inception like, and it's beautiful, it's amazing, it keeps your attention right on the screen, you're just looking everywhere that's going on, and it was really special and a unique touch the director did with the special effects. There was never one time where I was sat there and looked at the special effects and said, that's fake, that's fake, oh, and that's fake too. No, this movie actually really grabbed me and touched me in and told me, hey, these are the special effects, these are what you're looking at, and I believed in every single aspect of it. So, great job again with that. Marvel really did a great job. And it's something a lot of people have been touching upon is, oh, how's the soundtracks? They never really do scores. They kind of just half-ass them. I gotta say, this is probably one of the best scores since the Avengers. And that is saying something because Avengers had some really memorable stuff. But this is probably the best score that they've had. And I really liked it. The music choices, everything else. This start, like I said, it has the pacing issues of it, but as it started going, I really started enjoying it more. The second you see in the trailer where she puts her thumb right to Doctor Strange's head, that's where the movie started, and once it gets there, you're really in for a ride. And I mean a trippy-ass ride, but it is completely worth the money. I'm really excited to see. I want to see Doctor Strange again. I really did enjoy this. Now, some of you guys are probably asking, oh, does Marvel screw up the villains again with Callus? I gotta say this, he's not one of the best villains ever. I do think they did the basic undertones of understanding why he kind of turned to this evil side. And Mads Mikkelsen does a great job as being menacing, like always. He's a great menacing guy when he plays those characters. But it's not the best villain. Sadly, it's kind of a disappointing villain, I gotta say. I think the character looks cool, the character design, his powers, all the fighting scenes, like I said, were great. And with him, the Celtics that were his bodyguards and whatnot. But I gotta say, he's not the best in the world. I think that's the one thing that Marvel really dropped the ball on this one. I mean, really dropped the ball. Because some other Marvel villains I don't really look for, but Thor the Dark World is one of those villains. This kind of rivals it. I was really expecting a lot more from this villain. Maybe a second viewing, I'll understand and like him more. But overall, he didn't really do much for me. He was just menacing. He didn't really do much. I wasn't really looking forward to him. I was kind of hoping the whole movie, alright, give me some more backstory. Give me more backstory. I never got it. But other than that, that's really all my cons I have. I don't have that much. Just the pacing and the villain. Other than that, this movie shocked the hell out of me. It was really well done. Scott Derrickson, probably his best movie to date, I would say. Now, of the Marvel movies, it's really hard for me to rate. I'd have to see this movie again and again and again. I still think Guardians is my top one. And then probably Civil War right under that. But overall, as this movie goes on, as I keep watching it, it might have rewatchability in me. It might not at all. But origin story wise, this is probably my top 3 origin stories from Marvel. Maybe even 1 and 2 kind of have to rival. Like I said, gotta see it again. But this is really one hell of an origin story that I was stunned by. It was different. It was creative. And people who are clamoring for something different in the theaters from these superhero movies, this is something different. It's not a complete superhero movie. It is a magical movie. It's magic. It's creative, and it is one of the best Marvel movies, I think, to date. Now, I will totally understand if someone comes in and says, I did not like that movie whatsoever. It was really weird. And some people might say, oh, it's kind of boring in the beginning, but once it starts going, it gets better. That's where some thoughts were that I've heard coming out of it. But I gotta say, Doctor Strange really is an A- from me. I really like Doctor Strange a lot. Like I said, I might go into it and change my score afterwards, but really at this very moment, walking right out of the theaters, the whole time I was thinking A minus, A minus, B plus. But I gotta give it an A minus. It's one of those special movies, and I hope you guys do go out to the theaters and enjoy this. It's a very special Doctor Strange. They really did a great job, and I can't wait to see what they do with the character more. There's some great stuff. Now, for spoiler warnings, I do want to talk about the end credit scenes really fast. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch past this point. Okay, spoilers. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Here comes the spoilers now. There's 2 end credit scenes, so let's talk about them. The first one, it's Doctor Strange sitting there talking to someone. You're like, who's he talking to? And it's Thor. And he's pretty much asking him, why are you here? Why are you in New York City? And he's telling him, I'm with my brother, and your brother's very dangerous. He's like, I know that, but we're in New York trying to find my father. And it just has this really funny stuff with this beer that Thor's drinking. All of a sudden it's gone. Then Doctor Strange fills it up, and it's just endless beer for Thor. And it was really clever. I'm really excited for Thor now. And I think with Doctor Strange coming into Thor, I think we're going to see a little bit of Doctor Strange. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Or maybe it was just a little intro to where Thor's going to with this. But it was very well done. And then obviously we do have the second one, where it was Baron Mordo going and attacking the guy who had gone first and was paralyzed, and now he can walk, and Baron's taking his powers. And pretty much, if you've read the comics, everyone does know that Baron does turn into a villain, so I think that's where we're getting at this one. But other than that, guys, like I said, A minus for Doctor Strange. What a great Marvel movie. And I'm going to be releasing a video in a couple days of all the superhero movies ranked this year in 2016. I'm really excited to bring this to you guys. But other than that, guys, check out the rest of my other reviews on my other channels. I also did Hacksaw Ridge down below. You can check out on my channel. I also have some short films over on Zandria Studios. And even a vlog. I did my first vlog. It's a little dumb, a little stupid, but they're going to be getting better in that. But check out more reviews coming very soon. I got next week and also the week after that, we got Fantastical Beasts, which is something that I cannot wait to see because of Harry Potter and bringing back that world. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and please go see Doctor Strange. It is a movie worth seeing. Have a great rest of your day.